made the world sick? I think we know. China's communist rulers did, with assistance from you-know-who, the World Health Organization. Back in January, China's rulers must have known that they were dealing with a local epidemic that could become a global pandemic. Had they shared what they knew and prevented those infected from traveling abroad, less damage would have been done. How much less? According to a University of Southampton study, had interventions in China been conducted just 3 weeks earlier, transmission of COVID-19 could have been cut by 95%. Instead, China's rulers lied. On January 14th, they claimed the disease was not being transmitted human to human. On January 19th, they declared the virus controllable and its spread preventable. They silenced those who knew better, including Chinese doctors, Chinese journalists, and even Wuhan's mayor. Some were arrested and charged with spreading rumors. Some simply disappeared. The World Health Organization echoed such statements and praised the Chinese government's response. The WHO resisted recommending restrictions on trade with and travel to China. Not until March 11th did it declare the outbreak a pandemic. Perhaps you'll say that China's rulers were deceptive because they were embarrassed, concerned for the country's image. That's understandable, not the same as forgivable. But there's a more disturbing possibility. President Xi Jinping knew the disease would weaken China's economy. He knew that if he helped other countries, those countries might suffer little or no damage. Ben Lowson, a longtime China expert at the Pentagon, wrote that Xi Jinping might have asked himself this question: why should China suffer the effects of a pandemic while other states save and increase their strength relative to China based on China's costly experience? We cannot assume, Lowson added, that Xi Jinping would decide against withholding support from the international community to ensure that China would not suffer alone. You know, it's strange how many people have managed to convince themselves that the communist dictatorship has been evolving into America's partner. Perhaps the current global health and economic crisis will prompt wider recognition of this one-party state's oppression at home and hegemonic ambitions abroad, the threat it poses to the security of America and what we used to call the free world. I'm Cliff May. Thanks for listening.